So welcome back, friends, to a very chilly Friday morning. We woke up to 33 degrees. Eat your heart out, Texas. We're getting ready to head out. We're just loading the last few things to Oktoberfest in Leavenworth, Washington. So I wanted to show you, a lot of folks told me when I was building the adventure van that you can't let, 4 people can't live in a van for a week comfortably. And I'm going to prove you wrong. Actually, it wasn't very comfortable the first few trips, but we really have got it flushed out now. And what the key thing for us was we were bringing too much stuff. So you've got to be really methodical. So I've really limited. The way I look at it is I'm captain of this ship, and I approve all cargo that comes on, because it was really frustrating for us, because every time we wanted to do something or to move, or someone wanted to take a nap, we had to move bag. I mean, it was horrible. So we've really got it dialed now. So I'm going to take you inside, show you what we've done, made a couple changes, and then invite you to come along and join us on this excellent trip. We have some nice surprises. You're going to see some things that are really going to are going to be incredible. So let's go inside. A very quick recap if you're just joining us. This is a 2017 Ford Transit. It's the tallest roof that they make, so it's 6'9" inside, and the medium length, and we had 4-wheel drive put on it. So that's kind of what we're starting with if you're just finding us. So what we have here is I've divided the van up into basically 2 categories. The living area here, excuse me, 3 categories: the living area, the cooking area, the galley, and the sleeping area right here. So there's 4 of us, right? So this is challenging. For the living area, we put the seat swivels on, as you know, so those both swivel all the way around, so we have a nice comfortable living area. And then we have a table, bear with me, this is an unfinished project. Before I do finishes and trims and all of that, I like to live with it for a while to make sure it's what I like it, how I like it. But the table goes right there. So we have a really clever marine style table that stores back there. And we can pull that out, snap it on there, and it moves around, articulates. So the 4 of us can comfortably eat meals together. We can play cards or games if we get to a place or a campsite where it's raining. We're not completely lost, so everyone can be very comfortable. There's plenty of room. Jack sits right there as we ride. Of course, the sweet loaf. I put the window in. When we bought this, it didn't have a window there, and it's pretty dreadful if you're a passenger not to have a window. Not only that, it got a little hot in here, so we put the vents. These open up with screens on them, so if it gets hot, we can open those guys up. And then of course the max fan. So that is thermostatically controlled, so when we're out of the van, it keeps it nice and cool in here and circulates air, and we can pull air through the window. So that's that. So I originally, for lighting, I of course put the little LEDs in the headliners, and that was fine. It's a nice warm light, but it wasn't enough for if you wanted to be in the kitchen and cooking. It was just a little bit dark. So I had an LED light mounted around this deal, and that didn't work out very well, so I mounted a full 5-foot strip that's kind of recessed underneath there, and that's on the switch right here. So there's 2 switches. There's one for the water pump. We have hot and cold water, and the other one there is for the light, and that's really worked out good. Another thing that's been kind of handy are we use these little O lights because they have really good magnets on the back of them. So if Mrs. W and I will want to read or just have a little night light, we'll take these things where we'll sleep, and we can just stick them up there like that, and they make really wonderful night lights. So we've got that. So here's the galley. Of course, you've seen this before. We've got the world's smallest sink. This is a little bar sink, so that we've got that, and then this pulls out. So I built this whole deal here, so this doubles the counter space. Of course, we've got our drawer and refrigerator and extra storage, so there's a lot packed into this little galley deal, as well as we have our 110, and we've got our 12 volts, so we got all our electrical system and charging. We keep under here tables, our little camp table, so that's a little table that we'll sit if we want to sit outside and eat. And then everyone has got to be very, very economical with their equipment. So everyone has a place, and there's a place for everything. So this is Jack's seat. Everything that he brings has to fit under that seat. Under the Sweet Loaf seat right there, we've got our camp chairs, our first aid kits, our big camp table, and just things that we keep in bags that we'll need that are completely out of the way there, because she doesn't need any leg room right now, so that works out fine. This is a bike pannier. And I got several of these, and everyone has their own. There's 4 of these in here. This is Sweet Loaf's. So her coats and little things that you need to get to quickly when you go outside, or hats or gloves or things, will fit in there, or any extra shoes or rubber boots, that sort of thing. I also built this guy here. I don't think, maybe you haven't seen this. So this is, I have to cap it still, but it's just a little cubby that Mrs. W can put her, you know, bug spray and suntan lotion and just little knick-knack things that she needs. Those little things like that come in really handy. I also built this cabinet. You may not have seen that. So I built this for kitchen stuff. So we'll keep plates and glasses and coffee makers and all of that. And since we're going to be eating out mostly on this trip, instead of putting food up here, I've just got my camera equipment, my computer and stuff stored up there. Now here are the other 3 bike panniers. Now this is Mrs. W's, so what she's going to keep in there is going to be her down coat and hats and gloves and that sort of thing. Those bulky things that you need to get to quickly, but take up a lot of space. And this is mine right there: hiking boots, a Gore-Tex shell, a down jacket, and a backup camera. And then this one here is for Jack, that he can put his sort of things in there. So that works out really good. One problem we were having was we didn't have any place to put trash. So when you have a baby and you're traveling, I mean, you just generate a lot of wet wipes and paper towels and wrappers and different things. And so I got a 5th pannier, and I've mounted that solid down here at the opposite side of the galley, and we just keep a plastic bag in it. So I keep a roll of plastic bags underneath, so that whenever we go to a gas station or something, we can just simply grab it and throw it out and put a fresh bag in. And these panniers are really wonderful. Focus there, focus. They have these snaps on them where you can fold them up and get them out of the way if you don't want them. So, and the snaps make a really good deal for holding the bag. Of course, back here we have a full queen. This is Mrs. W and I where we'll sleep. This is this deal here is a fold down bed that I built for the Sweet Loaf. We call it the bread box, and she sleeps up in there. I got these dragster parachute nets that worked really good, so we'll unhook it, we'll put her up in there, and then she'll sleep safely and she can't fall out. She's got a nice thermarest up there and her sleeping stuff. So what I have up there for storage right now is Jack's. So in the future, we're going to put Jack, we're going to have a ladder up the side, we're going to have a fold-out tent up on top, and he'll sleep up there. But for now, he'll just have to sleep on the floor here with a thermarest and a sleeping bag until we get that rack, which should be here at the end of October. But this has been really nice because it's a great place to store stuff when you're not camping. I mean, you can just put tons of gear. I can put all my kiteboarding gear up there, and it stays out of the way and it doesn't flop around when you hit the brakes. So that's kind of it. So clothing wise, all of the stuff that we're going to have in a bag, everyone's got to, as I said, everyone's got to be really economical. This right here is, for me, this is 6 days of clothing, and Mrs. W has a similar size bag. So if it doesn't fit in there, you can't bring it. That's just the way it is, because we have lots of room under the bed, of course. Sorry for the noise. I got the furnace running under there. But we want to keep it open because we have to keep the Sweet Loaf's, her stroller, and then we have a big backpack that will carry her because we're going on some adventures on this trip. And those things take up a lot of space. So we don't want to take up all the space because we have to have it kind of clear so Jack can sleep under there, and we don't have to move stuff around or put stuff outside when we camp. So if we can keep it really compact in these bags, then that's good. Just added a quick paper towel holder. It's the little things in life. It's just a bungee stretched across there, but that's been really nice because you're always cleaning up, especially when you have little ones. But up front, we've got our charging stuff. We've got a little storage up here. I'll keep binoculars. We both have on this side here, let me see if I can, we have a lot of storage in the door panels. And so his and hers. So I told Mrs. W, if you have extra things, you know, water, I keep my gun and stuff in there, you can store that there and it's never in the way. And then we'll have our phone charging stuff up front. There's a little bit of storage there, and then up here for little things, but it actually works out really good. We've got really dialed, and I just don't have any complaints. So what am I going to do in the future? Probably going to put maybe some small cabinets up here, something similar to these that I built, and to get a little bit more space. But it's really coming together good, and we'll see you guys on the road.